Hello and welcome everyone into a guide where I will show you how you can build the best drone you can for as cheap as possible. Let's get right into it. With the update 6.3, drones finally came into the live server, and it is very likely that the way they work might have created confusion for many of you. This won't be an advanced guide to show you everything about drones. Rather, I will show you the cheapest way to get you the most effective drone combo you can start building right now. I will firstly touch the basics of drones for those that don't know anything about it. Drones are small combat units that can hover around your robot and provide it different types of benefits in the battlefield. They are activated with the same type of power cells used by active modules. It does not have a specific timer though, unlike modules. A drone stays with your robot till your robot is destroyed. Drone bodies themselves don't do anything by themselves. Microchips you put into them define their goal. So microchips are the items that make a drone functional. There are 4 tiers of microchips and there are different types of microchips. Type A microchips, which are likely the best ones out there, Type B, Type C, Type D, and lastly AC type microchips. These last ones control the weapons of a drone if the drone has any. Today we will focus only on a particular kind of A-type microchips. There are 3 of them that I want to touch today and which I believe are currently the best microchip types out there. So what are these chips called? Freezer, Lockdowner, and Suppressor. Freezer basically enables all your robot's weapons to apply freeze effect on the target robot. Each shot accumulates a certain amount of freeze. If the chip is high tier, it accumulates faster, and in the same way, if there are multiple freezer chips in a drone, the faster the effect will accumulate. Let's get a concrete example. A tier 2 freezer chip will let each shot of your weapon to accumulate 0.7% of freeze effect. If you have 2 of these same tier chips in a drone, the accumulation will increase linearly, so 2 times tier 2 freezer chips will accumulate the freeze effect by 1.4%. That is exactly what we are going to do to build the best drone we can for as cheap as possible. We will get a drone body and we will assign 2 or 3 microchips of the same type, either freeze, lockdowner, or suppressor. Now you might ask, why not assign one of each type so our weapons can accumulate all effects? First of all, we are going to use tier 2 microchips, because in the microchip store you cannot find any chips above tier 2. And in order to get a high tier microchip, you need to fuse multiple tier 2 microchips, and that can be a very costly thing to do. Our goal is to make it for as cheap as possible. Tier 2 microchips are not as powerful as tier 3 or tier 4, so we will need to use at least 2 of the same exact chips on a drone to make the effect we want to accumulate as fast as possible. Now firstly, pick an effect that you think would be most helpful to you in battlefield. I would pick myself freeze firstly, because unlike the other 2, it does not have an effective counter like anti-control module. Plus, it's a double benefit effect, because it firstly slows down the target robot and increases by 20% all the damage taken by him or her. Now, what we need to do is pick ourselves a drone body from the store. We go to the drone hangar, click on an existing drone or an empty slot and get to the drone store. Here we need to pick a drone body that has a decent amount of battery capacity and also a decent amount of microchip slots. Our choice will be either the Defender or the Fly. Now the catch here is that the drone body we pick will have a random amount of battery capacity between ranges indicated in the screen, and the microchip slots will have random socket types. For example, when you buy this drone you might get 2 Type B slots, 1 Type A and 1 Type C, with 10 battery capacity. The best case scenario is to get 3 Type A slots with 12 battery capacity. The minimum we need though is 2 Type A slots and 8 battery capacity. Why? Because like I said, we need to put at least 2 of the same exact freezer chips on a drone so the effect will accumulate in a decent amount of time in battlefield. And we need at least 8 battery capacity because each of these tier 2 freeze chips consume 4 batteries. I managed to get a fly drone with 2 Type A microchip slots and 12 battery capacity on my 6th try. If you're lucky, you can even get it in your first try. After getting the drone body, we click the A-type socket slot, which will take us to the microchip store. Here you can see 3 different microchips. This list gets refreshed every day. To get the microchip we want, it might take us from 1 to multiple days. Don't forget to check out the microchip store every day. 2 of these chips we need will cost us a total of 300 gold only, but their effect in battlefield will be huge. After we assign 2 of these chips on our drone, you can see that in total they consume 8 batteries, which means only 8 power cells to activate this drone in battlefield. So the gold we need and the power cells to activate our new freeze drone is very cheap. The only catch that might affect our balance chart is the silver cost that needs to get the drone body we need. And that is in the hands of probability. It can take as little as 5 million silver or much more than that. But at the end, this newly built freeze drone will be a game changer for you in battlefield. Now coming to the next step after finishing your drone is to choose on which setup you will mostly use it. There is an important factor that you need to keep in mind. Each shot of the weapon will accumulate the freeze effect by 1.4%. This can be 1 bullet, 1 electric charge, 1 liter fuel, 1 plasmoid, etc. depending on the weapon type. So in order to decrease the amount of time needed to accumulate the freeze effect, you need to choose a setup that has weapons with high capacity but also high sustained damage at the same time, such as machine guns, flamethrowers. You should stay away from setups like Redeemer. They have decent sustained damage output, but they have less capacity than others. For example, Redeemer has 32 shot capacity, while Avenger has 440 and Nucleon unlimited. I don't want to leave this part only with words, so I will showcase what I mean with real tests on the game right now. I will test our newly built drone with 5 weapons and see the effect accumulation speed. If you want me to do this test with more weapons, you can let me know in the comments section. After this test, I will present gameplay featuring this exact drone, but for now, take care until I see you in my next video.
kill.